Welcome to another edition of The Legend Lives On, where we are looking at the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Now, as we've already stated in previous sessions, the song was written about a real-life ship that sank. But that real-life ship was something very special. The Edmund Fitzgerald was built in the 1950s. It was launched originally on June 7, 1958. It was owned by the Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, and it was named after the president of that company. The ship commanded attention early on because of its sheer size. It was 1 foot less than the maximum size allowed by the Michigan's MacArthur Lock. And so it was as large as a ship could be to be able to travel through that waterway system. Right from the beginning, the ship seemed to have what most people thought was bad luck. According to some accounts, it took several tries to break the bottle of champagne to christen the ship. That's always a bad sign when you're christening the ship. When the vessel first launched, it entered the water at a strange angle, causing a wave that soaked the crowds and blew some of them off the dock that had gathered to see it. One man suffered a heart attack, dying during the launch of the ship out of fright from going down into the water. Once the Edmund Fitzgerald had made it away from that very rocky beginning, however, things seemed to look up. It was a ship that broke records for traveling through the locks. And while there are a handful of incidents throughout the ship's history, including becoming grounded at one point in 1969, it hit the walls of the lock on multiple occasions in the 1970s, but nothing caused any serious damage to the ship, nothing that would have put it in position to sink on that fateful night when the ship went down. Sometimes there's life lessons in real-life things that happen. In this particular case, for this ship, although we know that the end is tragic, its beginning wasn't anything historic or anything to brag about. A lot of people start with some rough beginnings and their life still can become something amazing. Your history is still being written, and so when we go to the pages of history and we read something that happens historically, that's a good lesson to remember. Sometimes the beginnings don't necessarily dictate what the history will be. And so we'll continue in our next session on look at the legend of the Edmund Fitzgerald just a little bit deeper.